Greetings in the name of Yahushua Mashiach, our King, our High Priest, Kohen forever through the order of Melchizedek, who intercedes for us to Alua, Yahuwah. And my name is Malek Shalomo. Today is the 1st of November 2024. It's 4:43 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm going to do a trade recap here, kind of trying to explain my strategy that I'm developing. Is called the 360 fire strategy. So I don't have a checklist for this one as yet, but I need to develop that over the weekend. So it's basically like it's a retest of, and let me just point this out, it's a retest of a -2 VWAP or a -1 VWAP in a downtrend, right, for continuation. So let me just pull this back a little bit. So this is like a minor retest of it, right? So this is not a good example here, but it's like a breakdown and a retest to go short, right? So I always want to have like a pivot level kind of in tow with one of these VWAP deviations, so it gives me more confluence for the trade, right? So let's see here. The context for this trade right now is that yesterday we had a selling climax, which was the end of a big downtrend. It closed yesterday at the lows. So I'm looking at that from a Wyckoff perspective of an accumulation phase. That's a selling climax at the close. Today we're supposed to create an automatic rally, which we did, and that's in the prior video that I broke down for Bookmap. And I want to say shout out to Dan. This video is being done for you specifically and for the Bookmap community. So yeah, so the automatic rally is supposed to be created after the selling climax. So today we did get an automatic rally, and what an automatic rally is basically like a short squeeze, right? So at the end of a downtrend in a selling climax, a lot of buyers have to step in to absorb the selling, right? Or basically like market makers and big players, they step in to buy at good prices, and they throw a lot of volume at it because a lot of volume is coming down with the selling. Buyers are stopping out, so there's a lot of liquidity, and they have to put a lot of liquidity behind that to absorb the selling, right? Now, when they throw all that liquidity at the sellers, they absorb them and they push price higher, right? So they begin to sweep the book going up, and that's basically like a short squeeze. But as someone pointed out, I believe his name is Trader Rate, that a short squeeze is something more, it's a shorter time frame. But basically it's the same principle. An automatic rally is basically a short squeeze on a bigger time frame, right? So we got the short squeeze today, the automatic rally. It took us up to Camarilla R4, which I believe was, let's see, sorry to make this explanation a little drawn out, but I want to get some context. So Camarilla R4 was at 57, actually 58, no, 57.9950, right? So we did push above that a little bit, and I actually caught a short from there, right? So after we created that automatic rally, price started to come down, and that's basically creating what we call in the Wyckoff theory is basically the secondary stop. So it's basically price coming back down to test the lows, right? Which is like yesterday's low. We didn't actually get to yesterday's low. We got to the IB low, I believe it was, but it's basically still the same kind of structure, right? So with that being said, we're in a downtrend after the automatic rally. So price is moving down. This is VWAP right here, right? Let me just pull back to give some context, right? So we had a retest of VWAP, and we're coming back down right now, right? So I'm going to throw on replay, and let's see how this played out. So this is my resistance level, Camarilla R3. This is -2 VWAP, right? So we're getting some buyers. Usually this is a buy zone, right? So we get some habitual buyers stepping in there. We get some iceberg buyers trying to support price. We get the retest and I jump into the trade, right? So we retest Camarilla R3, we retest -2 VWAP deviation. My stops are up here, 9 ticks up. First take profit is 4 points below. And let's see what happens here now. Because I believe I got stopped out on this trade. Right, so I almost got my first partial right there. Price just pushed away from it. And from a trade management perspective, I'm supposed to probably stop out before I get to break even because I already see the structure is being broken and we're pushing back up, right? So that's basically like the 360 fire strategy. Now, I think I did another trade, but this trade, yes. So this was the trade right here. So we came back, retest Camarilla R3 again, trying to add to the position right here. Not quite getting to my first take profit just yet. So the same thing is happening again at this level. Right, so we're getting buyers supporting price right here just before my take profit, my first partial. And I think it's gonna come back and stop me out maybe of one position, I think. Can't remember what happened exactly. Right, so I get my first take profit. Right, so I'm waiting for price to break down. Got the second take profit, the second partial on the second entry right there. So now I have to manage this trade because I don't want it to come back on me like the last time. So move my stop down and exit it right here, right? Now, in the bigger scheme of things, this trade went on to actually come back to the IB low. But again, in this trading environment, it's hard to kind of hold through these pullbacks. You know, like the market isn't really moving in one direction in a clean manner. It's moving back and forth, up and down, up and down. So you're getting like these big reversals off of the trade, right? So you're in a downtrend, but you're getting these more than 50% retracements. So it's kind of difficult, especially trading these apex evals and stuff like that, where your drawdown matters, you know. So if your drawdown matters that much, I really want to exit the trade before it pulls back on me too much. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically the trade here. Let me just stop it. Right, so we got stopped out on the first attempt, second attempt, breakdown, added to the trade right here, got my first partial, second partial, as we broke above here, in this structure, as we push back above and break above the structure, I'm out of the trade because you see the volume right there, right? Too much volume is coming back in, possibly buyers. Plus, we have this iceberg executing right here. So it's a low probability that I'll be able to hold through this trade before my stop gets hit, you know. So yeah, so at the second trade as well, we have the volume spikes going on, right, from the market pulse. This is VP and VPI volume pressure imbalance and volume pressure. So we have volume in confluence with it pushing to the downside, right? We have a shallow retest right there. So when it pushes back down, right, entered here, the reason for the second attempt is right here, low volume retest, right? And then we push down, we get the first partial, we get the second partial, and stop out of the trade. All right, y'all, so that's my trade recap. It's Malek Shalomo, and this is for everyone in the Bookmap community. Bookmap is an excellent trading platform. It's basically like a time and sales and a level 2 in a different format, right? Because you still have the book on the side here. You also have the heat map, which is the level 2, and basically the bubbles are the time and sales. And now you have a historical view of the time and sales, which gives you some good insight as to what's going on. Plus, you get these icebergs and stuff with the MBO bundle. All right, y'all. So it's Malek Shalomo. Y'all trade safe and stay blessed.